that's the case, fight me. That's it.
The showdown between Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko has hit a sudden roadblock and been canceled. An even more thrilling matchup is now on the horizon. Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. Now, both parties have agreed to a unique clause in their contract. It states that whoever hits the canvas just before the end of the 5th round must bid goodbye to boxing forever and give over a staggering $100 million. People have been talking a lot about the idea of Davis and Lomachenko fighting each other. But now, Shakur Stevenson's co-manager, Josh Dubin, is speaking up for Stevenson. He's saying Stevenson is a big deal in boxing too. Dubin's not happy about something promoter Bob Arum said in an interview. Arum basically said that Davis would make more money fighting Lomachenko than Stevenson, and that Loma is the fancier fight. But Dubin thinks differently. He believes Stevenson is just as important and shouldn't be overlooked. He's standing up for Stevenson, making sure people know his worth in the boxing world. If a fighter doesn't bring to the table eyeballs, people who will pay to see the match, then it's really tough to make a big match for them, Arum said. Dubin is questioning Arum's logic here. He's wondering how Arum can claim that a fight between Davis and Lomachenko would make so much more money, especially when Loma's past fights didn't exactly fill up all the seats and spaces at Madison Square Garden. In Dubin's eyes, if Loma was really such a perfect match for Davis, like Arum says he is, then why didn't he draw in a big crowd before? It just doesn't add up for Dubin. He's pointing out that if Loma was such a hot ticket, he should have been grabbing viewers' attention from the get-go. That, in my opinion, and I managed Shakur with James Prince, that is a totally nonsensical reason why they are not pushing to get Shakur this fight, said Dubin. And Lomachenko 3 fights ago couldn't fill New York's Madison Square Garden. He had to fight in the small room in the Garden. Shakur has been consistently one of the highest-rated fighters on our roster anytime he fights on ESPN. But what's Stevenson's perspective on all of this? Stevenson is a formidable fighter, unafraid to face Davis or anyone else. In fact, he's been eagerly anticipating this moment for confirmation. Stevenson possesses a strong resolve and is keen to demonstrate his abilities against top-tier opponents like Davis. While others engage in debate, Stevenson remains focused on honing his skills and preparing for what could potentially be the most significant fight of his career. Stevenson is also mad at Davis because Davis keeps picking fights. But when Shakur suggests they settle it, Davis chickens out. What's up with that?
But it's like, come on now, like, you saying you want to fight me, but is you really going to fight me? Or you going to just keep saying what you going to do to somebody or talking about it, bro? Shut up and fight me.
Stevenson believes Davis acted deceitfully by making fun of him. Davis initially agreed to fight Stevenson, but later backed out, citing that another fighter had stepped up for a match. Stevenson interprets this as Davis seeking fame by publicly declaring his willingness to fight, only to back out once he garnered attention. In Stevenson's eyes, this behavior reflects a lack of integrity and a willingness to exploit situations for personal gain without following through on commitments.
Frank Martin, the dude that signed up to fight me, got famous for signing up to fight me and then not fighting me. That's what he got famous. That's what he's famous for.
It's puzzling why Davis suddenly pulled out of the fight, especially since he's known for never backing down, even if the stakes are high. Stevenson suggests Davis claimed that the fight wasn't worth it financially, but that seems odd. Stevenson disclosed that the potential earnings from fighting him would be 4 times more than what Davis usually makes. So, it's confusing why Davis would turn down such a lucrative opportunity.
Why'd he back out?
You gotta ask him. He said it wasn't enough money. But we digged into like how much money he was making, and the money was quadruple of what he ever made.
If the money was indeed substantial, why would Davis dismiss it as not enough? It raises questions about Davis's true motives and whether there's more to his decision than meets the eye. Perhaps there are other factors at play here that Stevenson isn't aware of, or maybe Davis had a change of heart for reasons yet unknown. Nonetheless, Stevenson remains confused by Davis's sudden reluctance to step into the ring, especially when the financial incentive seem to be in his favor. As the highly anticipated fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis draws closer, boxing experts are weighing in with their predictions. Among them is Tim Bradley, a well-known figure in the sport. Bradley believes that Stevenson, the WBC lightweight champion, has what it takes to dethrone the undefeated WBA champ Davis in their upcoming unification bout. Bradley confidently asserts that Stevenson will emerge victorious against Davis, describing the match as an easy win for Shakur when they finally face off. According to Bradley, Shakur Stevenson isn't bothered by the attention Davis is getting from fans and the media. Even though Davis is getting a lot of praise for his flashy knockout wins, Stevenson remains focused on his own goals. Bradley suggests that Stevenson's aim is to become the best fighter in the 135-pound weight class, regardless of whether or not he's getting the same level of recognition from fans and the media as Davis. It's clear that Stevenson wouldn't say no to getting the same attention as Tank. It could make things smoother for him, especially since he's set to become a free agent after his title defense against Artem Harutyunyan on July 6th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Getting more attention could potentially open up more opportunities for Stevenson as he negotiates his future in the boxing world. With his upcoming free agency, Stevenson likely sees the benefits of gaining more attention from fans and the media. It could help him secure better deals and more lucrative opportunities moving forward. So, while he may not mind the lack of attention now, Stevenson probably wouldn't turn down the chance to boost his profile and increase his bargaining power in the boxing industry. Stevenson might not be getting as much attention lately because of how he fought against Edwin de los Santos last November. People saw him darting around the ring like a track star, avoiding de los Santos's powerful punches the whole time. Now, during an interview, Bradley was asked to share some advice for Stevenson, but Bradley seemed to think Stevenson didn't need any advice at all, because he's already so strong.
For a young fighter, Shakur don't need me to give him any wisdom. Shakur that guy, man. And call it whatever you want to call it. He ain't gonna be with Top Rank, whatever y'all want to say. You know, you hated this, not. He don't need me to say what he needs to do. Shakur already knows what he needs to do.
Bradley also doesn't mind that some people dislike him for predicting that Stevenson will brutally knock down Davis. He's not bothered by the negativity and, in fact, seems to welcome it. Bradley is already used to dealing with criticism and hate, so it doesn't affect his confidence in Stevenson's abilities.
Yeah, and call me hate. I don't give a damn. Yeah, y'all keep coming at me. Keep bringing that hate. Keep bringing that hate, baby. I love it.
In his final statement, Bradley confidently declares that Stevenson will undoubtedly beat Davis, and he stands firm in his opinion. No one can change his mind about this prediction. Bradley eagerly awaits the moment when the fight happens, so he can prove to everyone that his prediction is correct.
He beats Tank. He outboxes him. Very easy. No problem.
Now, there's a strong possibility that Shakur Stevenson won't stay with Top Rank much longer if he receives a big offer from another major promoter after his July 6th fight against Artem Harutyunyan. Stevenson is likely to go where the money is best and where he can get the most exciting fights. He'll be looking for a promoter who can set up high-profile matches against top fighters like Vasily Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, and Teofimo Lopez. But let's focus on the present moment and the upcoming fight between Stevenson and Davis. Who do you think will come out on top in this bout? Will it be Shakur Stevenson with his sharp skills and determination? Or will Gervonta Tank Davis's power and aggression prevail? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.